So welcome everybody to Australian Hypnosis Conference. I'm Trish Pellen, and today I get to talk with Leonie O'Connell, which has the Academy of Therapeutic Hypnosis. Freaking amazing training, so get on that if you want to become a clinical hypnotherapist. But Leonie, you're doing a presentation at our conference this year, and it is called Mind-Body Syndromes, where psychology, physiology, and healing converge. Tell us more about that and tell us more about you.
Okay, so mind body stuff is really fascinating to me because our psychology and our physiology is so interconnected.
Mm.
And it even surprises me, even somebody I worked with this week and that was looking at doing my training and irritable bowel syndrome came up.
Mhm.
And she was like, "Oh, I've got that. I've been treated for it for years and years and years. Can hypnotherapy help with that stuff?"
Mhm.
And, like there's so much study. That is just one topic in particular.
Mhm.
But there's so much research, there's so much evidence there
Yeah.
of how hypnotherapy is absolutely, sometimes I think the only thing that can really make a massive difference,
Mhm.
but it's not out there. Doctors don't know it. I'm sure
Mm.
this woman's had all the tests, all the treatments, all the diets, everything, but this is something that her doctors have never told her, probably because they don't realise
Yeah.
how, it's, well, for want of a better word, totally psychosomatic.
Yeah. So the Alfred Hospital in Melbourne is the only hospital that actually recognizes hypnotherapy for gut issues. And it's actually my training
Oh, wow, wow,
that
yeah,
I have as the tick box, you know,
right.
and it is 100%, yeah. We've
Mm,
got studies, we've got it all backing us. And
yeah,
it's just a
all the
matter of more and
research
more
is there.
people, yeah,
Yeah.
getting to know it. So when it comes to these mind-body syndromes, besides from IBS, what else can it help with?
Well, I've worked with people with, firstly, obviously, chronic pain,
Hmm.
tinnitus, psoriasis,
Yeah.
warts, like all sorts of yeah, back pain. Actually, you name it. Yeah, it's all connected. Like the mind and the body, they're not two separate things that are working together. It's one whole system.
Yeah.
Cancer, like in various levels, whether it's to work with pain, to help with uptake of medication, to work with the emotions that are behind the cancers and
Yes.
stuff like that. Like it's that have actually hugely contributed to the condition. So I believe there's nothing that separates.
Mhm.
And that's not to say that that obviously there's a massive place for medicine and all of that
Absolutely.
out there.
Yeah, it's ancillary to, not
Mm,
uniquely of. Absolutely.
yes.
I love that you teach this in your diploma. So when people come and see your talk at Australian Hypnosis Conference, what are they going to learn? What are they going to take away from it?
Well, firstly, a lot of people, the sort of people that will be there,
Hmm.
are already, very much aware of this stuff.
Hmm.
But a lot of hypnotherapists and that they know the stuff that, or they have an idea about it. Like it all goes back right to Louise Hay's work
Yes.
way back in the 70s, and she used affirmations.
Yes.
And affirmations, as we know, if they don't resonate, they don't work.
Correct.
But if you have real processes to work with what they can expect
Hmm.
is to learn a bit more about that mind-body connection and the actual impact that it has on the different parts of our body, but also processes
Yes.
to
Very
work with that. It's one thing to know something, it's another thing to know what to do to help that person.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Do you think that some hypnotherapists kind of shy away from some of these mind-body syndromes, as you call them,
Yeah.
because they think, oh, I don't know what will work.
Yeah, absolutely. Or they'll go with settling the nervous system, which is always a great starting point.
Yes.
Yeah. But then beyond that, how do we help these people? You
Yeah.
know, if someone comes in, I worked with a woman whose whole body was covered with psoriasis. She'd had all the treatments, all the, everything that the doctors could do until the doctor said, I can't help you anymore, go see the hypnotherapist. It was like,
That's
and
the sad part, isn't it? It was where the last point of call
mm,
when
mm,
it could have happened way before then, you know.
absolutely,
I'm
yeah,
sure nutrition and stuff like that plays a part, but what if something like this is a stress or a nervous system situation
yeah.
for the individual?
And then what to do beyond
Yeah.
the settling the nervous system. And of course, like if you're looking at mind, body, spirit,
Yes.
it's all interconnected. So we also have to look at what's going on with your body and the nutrition, the micronutrients, all of that sort of stuff can play a big part. But the mind is all encompassing, overarching all of that.
Mhm. So when you're working with the tinnitus, this really pricks up a subject for me. When you're working with tinnitus, what are some of the instances that clients have come in for you and said, "Look, this is driving me insane." Like, what have they said about it?
Oh, look, one of the early guys I worked with, he came in, he'd been, the stresses had been building up and up and up and up and up. And in a huge, I guess, loss of temper.
Oh, yeah.
And he put his shoulder out, he put his back out, and bang, in came the tinnitus. And when I asked him what level was it, the volume, that 0 to 10, the subscale, he was like, it's way above a 10, and it sounds like a ride-on lawnmower in his
Oh,
head.
poor thing.
And he'd only had it probably a month
Mm.
when he came to see me, but he was ready to commit suicide.
Oh,
Like,
it would drive you nuts. It really
yeah.
would.
And he was a lawyer,
Oh,
and so he worked in court. He said he has trouble hearing everything because of this loud noise in his head, and like he was just going crazy.
hmm.
And the thing is with tinnitus or tinnitus, it depends if they're both correct.
Hmm.
Um, if it's something low level that's been happening for a long, long, long time, the neuroplasticity is probably more rigid, I
Hmm.
guess, and you're looking at habituation and then pushing it to the back so it's not, because obviously the more you focus on something, the larger it becomes in your life. So there's that approach. But if it's new and loud and terribly, terribly disruptive like it was for this guy,
Hmm.
the results were very quick
Yeah.
and very amazing.
Yeah.
Like he went in that first session from that level of noise that I just said down to a 2.
And these are
And
quality of life sessions, aren't they?
yeah, yeah,
And it's
exactly.
interesting. I was told a metaphor many, many years ago about being an oak tree, and you can get hit by lightning and still survive. But if you get a termite, which is so tiny, that
Mm,
can drive you nuts.
yeah,
And that's a quality of life
just
thing.
eating away.
Yeah. And especially when
Yeah.
it comes to pain, you said you work with pain as
Mm,
well, and chronic regional pain.
mm.
Hypnotherapy needs to be right up there when it comes to those topics as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, because pain is a signal sent from the brain.
Mm.
Yeah, and people know that but don't know it. Like we've all heard of stories where people should be in excruciating pain and they're not until they actually see the injury, and then they're like, ah, because it hasn't quite registered with their brain to send that pain signal yet. And
What?
then, others that with very minor
Yeah.
physiological issues can be in quite extreme pain.
Yeah.
So yeah, that all and all pain is so real,
Oh,
but no matter what the cause or whatever. But
mhm.
yeah, why do people with say exactly the same arthritic changes in their body
Hmm.
One experiences extreme pain, and one is like, oh no, don't doesn't really bother me.
We get told that we're strong, like you're strong, you can deal with this, etc., etc. But do you really have to deal with it?
Yeah, and if you don't have to deal with it, then yeah,
Yeah, because
why do
surely
it?
you've got something better to do with your life than just be strong and deal with the pain.
Yeah, yeah, and focus on it and try and
Yeah,
yeah, be strong over it instead
yeah.
of learning how to release as much of it as you can.
And I've heard it so many times, especially with gut issue clients that I have, is they're like, I'm sick of being strong. I don't want to be strong anymore. I don't want to do the whole deal with it scenario.
Mm,
And
yeah.
surely that's the kind of thing that, can really derail people as well.
Mm, yeah, and of course, being strong is a tension on the nervous system itself.
Of
It's
course
it's
it, surely.
it's hard to be strong all the time.
Why would
Yeah,
you want to be?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely love that. So when it says where psychology, physiology, and healing converge, what are you talking about there?
Um, well, the physiology that's happening in the body
Ah,
is
yes.
yeah, that's what basically we can see.
Hmm. Yeah.
A doctor can see the physiology. He can see that there's a blockage in the heart. He can see, like what's going on there.
Hmm.
And, in those cases, like if you've got four blockages in major arteries around the heart, then you need to have surgery, obviously. But if you then just go back to the same old stressed way of living and all that, it's probably all going to build up again. So,
Yeah.
kind of, that's one aspect of where psychology and physiology, the right psychology and going into that
Yeah.
can prevent.
Yeah.
But also, the psychology can cause when you've got a lot of stress and tension and, you're full of neck pain or you're starting to develop tumors because in your body, if your whole body's being bathed with stress hormones, adrenaline and cortisol, you're
Hmm.
going to have a totally different physiological process going on within your body
Yeah.
than if, you're bathed in the feel-good hormones, the
I actually
serotonin and the
bought
oxytocin.
I bought Louise Hay's book back when I was like, oh, maybe 17, 18 years old, showing my age now. And and I wanted to know why I had so much acne. Like it was all over my body. And
Mm,
she had this metaphor in there that acne was a representation of small outbursts of anger. I wasn't small outbursts of anger. I was full grown, shit faced anger.
mm,
And when I started that affirmation, I did realize that the acne started to subside. And now, fast forward like 40 odd years, when I do get that acne, I'm like, oh, hang on. What's going on, nervous system? What are you telling me?
yeah,
So that way I can recognize that some kind of resentment or frustration, confusion, whatever it is building up inside of me. And I'm like, oh, hello. Okay, I'm listening, my darling, because you
yes,
and me are,
become curious.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
you and me are here for life. I was born with you. You're going to be the only thing left on this earth when I leave. So what's the message,
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah,
And this is where the physiology and the psychology, come together. And
mm,
your body's telling you something, but you're
mm,
pushing away the message and trying to treat the symptom.
yeah, exactly,
Mm,
exactly, rather than the core of the issue as,
yeah,
as is expressed, sort of thing. Do you find that when you're working with these types of people, that sometimes the core is not what they thought was the core?
absolutely. Yeah, very, very much so. And or some people are like, oh my gosh, that makes such sense.
Yeah.
And other people are like, I would never have made that connection in a million years,
Mm,
But then, education is or knowledge is power, and
yeah.
so as you say, when things start to come back, symptoms in their body, they can look at that and say, "Oh, what's been going on in my life? That
Yeah.
my shoulder, what's my shoulder telling me?"
Or
Yeah.
what's my IBS telling me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because your
Yeah.
IBS you can use like a shield. You don't have to use it all the time. But there
Mm,
are times when it'll pop up and you're like, oh, hang on, my shield's up. What's going on the other side that needs to be addressed?
I love that.
What is attacking me? You know, that
Yeah.
I think that is fantastic, when it comes to your human body, and then you actually telling, like, a hypnotherapist how to recognize this stuff is amazing. Is
And
absolutely.
how to work with it.
And how to work with it
Yeah.
exactly, rather than just kind of stumbling through.
Yeah. Because really the how is what we do,
Mm,
isn't it? Like
yeah,
you can have all the theory, all the knowledge and everything, but knowing what to do with that, how to work with it, that's what matters.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's amazing. I didn't know they used your program in the what hospital was it?
The Alfred Hospital.
Alfred Hospital. Wow,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
we need to talk then, my darling.
Yeah.
So yeah, so thank you, Leonie, for being here today. I absolutely appreciate it. Honestly, it's one of those what I call a big brain topic, and
Mm,
I freaking love them. So I cannot wait for people to sit down and have a talk to you. Even the way you speak is very kind, very down to earth, and that's what you're going to get with Leonie. You're going to get a genuine, experienced clinical hypnotherapist and teacher giving you the know-how. So get to Leonie's talk, and we'll see everybody at Australian Hypnosis Conference in November in Melbourne. See everybody.
thanks, Trish. Bye.